Assalamu alaikum and welcome to a very special program this afternoon, Channel S Awards, a review. In this program we're going to look back at what has become without a doubt a flagship awards program here in the Bangladesh community of Britain. An awards program that everybody looks forward to and one that carries a very strong name of prestige. Now today I do have some very special guests, but first of all, the person behind this is a person who's put a lot of dedication into these awards to make it what it is today, to be regarded as the community's #1 award. And that is of course none other than the chairman of Channel S Television, Ahmed Samad Chaudhry JP. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Thank you for joining us today. No doubt you have a very busy schedule, but just starting on that point, before in fact, let me quickly introduce my other guests. What we've done in this special program is brought back some of our award winners, and it's a chance for us to catch up, see how far they've gone beyond that award, of course. First of all, on my left, we've got Shahana Ali, celebrity chef and medic and many other things.
Yes,
thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
On my right-hand side, of course, we have got, well, in fact, your brother is a friend of mine, Arjan Ali, but his sister Farhana Ali. Assalamu alaikum. Again, lots of different things, and whilst just before we started the program we found out there's another hidden talent that you haven't told us about as well. And of course we've got our own published author of 2 books now and the third on its way, Nazia Ali. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you all for joining us on this special program. Coming back to the chairman of Channel S, obviously nowadays you see lots of awards. In fact, awards have become very common in the community. There's an award function every other week. There are many lists that are being drawn up, and you hear about this list and that list, and there's no end of them. But right from the beginning, 7 years ago, when you stepped in and took control of Channel S Awards, it has grown into something quite phenomenal for the community. And without a doubt, in every corner of the community, they say if there's an award that you need to win, then it's the Channel S Awards. Now you took it to that level. Tell us, what was the vision
Well, the vision, very simple. When we think about awards, we see that various organizations giving awards for specialized sectors, mainly, like BCA,
yes,
British Career Awards, and so on. For education, Bangladesh High Commission is doing. But I wanted to do something different, because first of all, the people, because of them we are here, and they have left us.
Yes.
We wanted to recognize them. So the deceased individual for whom we are proud, and then I say the people working in the grassroots, the senior people, community leaders. Because of them, our generations are going forward and achieving in different areas. It's beyond imagination. So, and then like business, for instance,
yes,
for contribution to business, there is outstanding achievement, special categories, and then you have the education awards. So the vision was like a mopping up operation,
yes,
going from young to the very old to the deceased. And it is the only award I know of such a caliber and such kind.
Well, I mean, we've had some amazing things happen. I mean, obviously I've been very, very grateful to yourself and the rest of the team to have been on the judging panel right from the beginning, and some really kind of tear-jerking moments. We had that moment when the elderly gentleman who received the award, he in fact died
few days, oh my God,
a few days or weeks later.
What happened is somebody, Mr. Sabur Chowdhury from Birmingham, and he was unwell, and he was one of the pillars those days, and then he was to receive the award, but he could not make it. And I go past to the banqueting hall. I was going. and he opens the door and shouts, "I'm here." Okay, and he could not even get to the stage. I helped him go to the stage and receive the award, and then he died about 6-7 days later, but every day he phoned me and he said, "This is the best gift I had.
That's
You know,
amazing.
I thank you all," and I would never ever forget that.
I think one of the things Journalist Awards has done, without a doubt, is uncover some amazing stories within the community. Now, I've got 3 such amazing stories here with me today. Let us start with Shahena Ali. Now, I was just reading your resume a little while ago, and it's not short.
No.
It goes on a little bit. I mean, you're
I like to keep active.
a nutritionist, a former medical doctor, a media cook. There's no end to it. Tell us a little. You give us your resume in its shortest form.
Well, I started as a fund manager actually in the city, so I was working in the city, and I think my background is a little bit non-traditional in some ways because I didn't come from a very Asian influenced background in terms of where I live or where I grew up. I think that has had some influence, but I would like to look at how we can move forward and make our youth into world-class operators in terms of their presentation, the way they present themselves to every field, as well as the way they operate. And I think what I've looked at in my career is not just focusing on just one field, but become more of a renaissance person in some ways by building on other skills and other talents that, you know, that I'm interested in as well, other fields. So I moved into looking at medicine after fund management, and you know, from there I moved on towards the alternative therapies such as nutrition, and I feel there's such a big need and a big demand for preventative medicine.
Well, as a community, we're very tunnel visioned when it comes to academic goals.
Yes.
You're either a doctor, you're a barrister, you're an accountant,
Very
you're
much
an
so.
engineer. But I mean, you yourself studied medicine, but then you sought out something different. And I'm just looking at this. I mean, you're our own celebrity chef in the sense, and also the ambassador for the Department of Health's NHS Change for Life campaign.
Yes, that's
so
right.
you know, it's sometimes as a community we feel that becoming a doctor is enough.
Yeah.
Becoming a barrister is enough. But it wasn't for you, was it?
No, I think nowadays, in this day and age, you have to have a real passion for lifelong learning. You can't rest on your laurels. The world is changing so much and so fast these days that you have to keep up with the changes and really self-educate yourself in a lot of areas, but also look at how you can not only just stay in one field, but also tie in other fields as well into what you have, so you can offer something unique to the world at large, you know.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that our chairman, who's really the energy behind these awards, said that it was about showcasing the talent in our community. How well known were you in the Bangladeshi community prior to that?
I don't think I was that well known actually. I'm more well known in the non-Asian or non-Bangladeshi community. And I've worked with other
well, it's two ways. I don't think you know, the community knew of you, or you had much involvement in the community until perhaps Channel S Awards propelled you into kind of the arena.
Absolutely.
Where we all got to know about you.
Yes, that's right, and it really developed my interest in the community as a whole, and I wanted to know how I could help and really, you know, contribute to making the community progress more in the fields I'm working in, as well as help in other ways.
Coming back to the chairman very quickly before I go to my other guests, you see, there is an example. It's not just about giving somebody a trophy, it's about introducing them to the community, isn't it?
That's right. So that was the vision, actual vision behind these awards, that we pull the unsung heroes of our community and then introduce them to the wider community, and the generation, especially the younger generation, are inspired.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Well, let's go to another one of my guests. Of course, we have got Farhana Ali, having travelled in from Swansea today. Thank you very much for that. Again, wow, it's going to take me a little while to read through this. You were the first ever to provide henna and Asian bridal services in South Wales since 1999. The first ever Welsh Asian Woman Achievement Award for Business in 2011, and another award as well.
I received the Best Wedding Makeup Artist Award in the whole of Wales.
Wow.
in 2012 before the Channel S Awards, and for my region as well.
Let me go a step backwards. When you're growing up, if you said to your parents, I want to be a makeup artist, what was the response that you were going to get?
You could imagine, I mean, back in those days, makeup artists or beauticians weren't given sort of, you know, any sort of recognition. It wasn't seen as a profession. It was more like the lower class kind of people did that. So I've always been very creative. I used to doodle on myself, doodle on the wall, doodle wherever I could. So my passion was really art. I loved art. But my mom, mashallah, she always said to me, you know, you can follow your dreams, you can do anything you want, just don't compromise in your deen and all the principles and everything that I've taught you, so carry on, but don't give up your education, because no one has done that in my area in Wales, be a makeup artist or beautician. So she didn't want me to, you know, regret back later thinking I wasn't educated. So I said, okay mum, I'll carry on. So while I was in university, I studied health science actually, hence why I'm interested in health and all the cupping side of things. So I studied, but while I was studying, there's so much time and I didn't want to waste it. So I went to beauty school in the evenings. In the weekends I started my own business, so I would do the shows here and there, and I would sell lollipops in school, save the money, buy my first business card. So I started quite young, you know, because I just had this passion to make something of my talent, my creativity. I just wanted to push it to another level.
Well,
and like yourself, being born in Wales, it's like you're surrounded by non-Asians, so you want to keep a bit of your culture, you know, Mehndi or whatever it is. You want to.
We seem to have a lot of our talent in Wales, it would seem.
Yeah, we do. Catherine Zeta-Jones,
you know,
Catherine Jenkins, they all come from there.
I was talking about the talent I have in front of me more.
And us.
One of the things I remember looking at your nomination, and I thought to myself, this is going to be a landmark award. Why? Because even now parents will discourage that kind of profession.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and do you think winning the Channel S Award, you kind of gave hope for the other sisters that are perhaps pursuing that line?
Yeah, definitely. And to be honest, when I got the call, I was so overwhelmed. It was probably one of the best things I received, because back in the days when I started, when I was 17, 18 years old, my mum had quite a lot of grief from the community. You know, they were like, oh, what is she doing? You know, has she not, you know, has she, you know, why is she not studying? Why is she doing her own business?
Well, you don't expect to get an award for makeup from the Bangladeshi community.
Exactly. So when I received that call, I said to my mum, this is for you. Do you know what I mean? Because you supported me.
Yes, you did.
You never said no. I literally handed it over to her as soon as I went home. Because I said, Mum, you believed in me, and mashallah, I was able to do it in hijab. I didn't compromise my deen, and even with the Welsh makeup award, I was the first. I was the only Muslim woman out of 29 makeup artists in the whole of Wales to receive the Best Wedding Makeup Artist Award. It was fantastic to be in hijab, you know, to represent my religion, and to show that you can still be in these industries without compromising your deen. You know, it was brilliant.
Fantastic. And how has it been since you won the award?
Since you won, mashallah, it's been huge exposure, like you said, in the Bengali community. You know, I had people calling my sister-in-laws and said, you know, your sister is on TV, how did she manage to get there? You know, how come she's on? It was a huge thing. It was like such a proud thing for my family as well, mashallah, you know, especially to be on Channel S, the Channel S that everybody watches, you know, so it was brilliant. And again, I got a lot of exposure in London area, in the England area, so that was brilliant. And I've worked abroad since then as well, so I've got international recognition. I've had makeup work abroad as well, which is brilliant.